Well, good morning. Today is Saturday, June 27th, and it's time for our reading highlights. I was sitting here reading, and I thought, you know what, I don't feel like getting up. So, I know it's a different angle. I still have my Christmas blanket out because Jim likes it so cold in here with the air conditioning on that it's so silly that in the middle of summer I'm wrapped up in a blanket. Oh well. Like I said, today is time for our meeting highlights. Today it is spring into summer. It's hard to believe it's summer already, isn't it? But anyway, let's see how I did. Okay, I consider that a win. We did my grandson Oliver's birthday on Thursday, and I had a slice of pizza, and I had some Jets bread, and I had an antipasto salad, I had a glass of Pepsi, I had a generous slice of birthday cake. So, but I had planned for it for the whole week. I knew that it was coming up. I knew that I didn't know for 100% certainty, but I had a feeling because Danny lives by my favorite bakery that the cake was going to come from my favorite bakery, and it did. So I knew I was going to have a piece of cake. And actually the pizza was the first carry-out food I've eaten since February. And it tasted really good. It really did. But I knew that the day was coming, and so I planned for it. The week before was Sophia's birthday, and I did have a 0.8 gain last Saturday, so I didn't really plan really well for Sophia's birthday. But knowing that Oliver's was the following week, I knew that I had to be really diligent on my eating because I can't afford to gain another week or 2 weeks in a row. And next Thursday is my anniversary. Jim and I will be married 49 years. And I have every intention, we're getting a carry-out from Texas Roadhouse, and I am going to get my half a slab of ribs, because I just love them, with a baked potato loaded, and I'm going to get those little rolls. And I am getting a cake from my favorite bakery, my turtle cake, which I'll show you a picture of. And I plan on enjoying my anniversary too, so that'll be like, I couldn't afford a loss 3 weeks in a row. That being said, I don't plan on eating any of my weeklies this week until Thursday because I'm going to shoot them all to heck. I'm going to try to carry over some points during the week because that rib dinner is going to be a very, very, very high in points. And I'm going to prove to myself that I can at least stay the same next week, if not have a loss, and enjoy my life. And that's my plan. I'm going to enjoy my life. And I'm definitely going to enjoy my summer because we're going to spring into summer now. But anyway, as you can see that I stayed the same at 212. So I had a zero on my tracker. And I've lost a total of 92.2 pounds. So I'm happy with that. I really am. I'll be happier when I hit the 100 pounds. Not that that's going to make a difference in my life, but it will because I'll be healthier. Not that I don't think I'm healthy now, but I think I'm on my way to being even healthier than I have been 92 pounds ago. Well, so anyway, we're going to spring into summer. It's safe to say that the last few months look pretty different than what anyone expected. Can you say understatement? In a way, it went by fast because in Michigan, we've been locked down since March 12th. We're just now starting to get back into society, I guess, slowly. The restaurants are starting to open. I'm not ready to go into a restaurant, but I'm easing my way into carryouts. But I find that the reason I did so well during the last 4 months is because I didn't eat out. So I proved to, you guys have been telling me that forever, but I finally heard the bell ringing. So I'm not going to rush right out. Like I said, I'm going to have a carryout on my anniversary. We're going to probably just go down by the water and eat it at a picnic table and maybe go for a walk along the shoreline. Nothing major because the movie theaters are still not open. And that's usually what Jim and I did. We usually went to dinner and then we went to the show. So we'll just change it up a little bit this year. In big anticipation of this all being gone next year for my 50th wedding anniversary, where I can have a big party because I wasn't planning on having a party for my 50th. I even told my kids I didn't really want anything, but after being cooped up and knowing I'm going to be cooped up for another year probably because you know, you have to face facts of life, and the fact is that this is going to be with us at least through the winter. So until they come up with a vaccine, this is the way we're going to have to live, you know, being cautious and careful. There were many new routines for work, school, and meals, and changes in how we filled our days and thought about, well, pretty much everything. Chances are you discovered quite a bit about yourself and what matters most to you. I have to say that I thought that the pandemic was a blessing for Jim and I. After 49 years being married, and we dated for 5 years before that, so we've been together for 54 years, which is probably longer than some of you have been alive. Anyway, it really drew us closer because after so many years of being together, you just kind of take it for granted. And I think that's the same thing is true of your weight. If you've been overweight for a long time, you just take it for granted. You know, I've been overweight my whole life. What's the difference now? I'm going to always be overweight. You don't have to have that mentality. Jim and I know each other's little quirks. We know what's going to set each other off. You just know that after being together for so long. And it's the same thing with a diet, because it is a diet, let's face it. But you know what's going to trigger you to eat more and what's going to set you off, and what little things are going to make you think, well, you know, I don't really care about that. I'm going to eat what I want. A memory can bring up a food thought too. You know, like the ice cream truck went by yesterday, and I remember as a child always wanting an ice cream from the ice cream truck. We very rarely got an ice cream from the ice cream truck because we, like I told you before, we didn't have a lot of money. But it wasn't like I was deprived. We had ice cream in the house, but it just seemed different to get it on the ice cream truck for some reason. But the memory of the ice cream truck going by reminded me that I had some ice cream sandwiches in the freezer. But I thought, no, I thought about it, and I thought, no, that's a trigger. That bell ringing for that stupid song that they play on the truck, which is an annoying song. It plays this music, and at the end it goes, hello, hello. And every time I hear that, I just cringe. So how did I get on this track? Oh, but so I mean, like Jim and I grew closer together. We had a set routine. We had our dinner together every night because Jim wasn't working, and that was different for us. And there were not that many new shows on, so we had to find new things that we liked together. So we developed a closer bond. And so I think that you have to look at the pandemic as, I think people had more of a realization. I think we didn't have as many distractions in life. I think that we were so busy with our life as far as, well, I got to bring so-and-so to soccer practice, and I have to go to this thing, and I got to go to that thing, and I got to do this, and I got to do that, and then when you were just stuck at home and you didn't have all of those distractions all around you, you were more aware of what was going on in the world. And I just think it was Mother Nature's way of telling us to take a step back and appreciate what we have. And even if we're overweight, appreciate the fact that at some point in your life you had the money to buy all of that fattening food. But now if you had all that money to buy the fattening food, you should still have that same money to buy healthy foods. And sometimes you just need to step back and take a look at your life. And I think that's what a lot of us did during this pandemic. Okay, enough of the preaching. With summer officially here and the country reopening, it's empowering to use what we've learned to make the most of the coming weeks ahead. In other words, it's an ideal time to look back and forward to map out a plan to help us feel good, reach our goals, and improve our health. Like I said, I learned how to eat healthier. I learned how that eating out as much as everybody told me, and I just really didn't hear it, was the reason I wasn't losing every week. I've done really, I think, remarkably well during the pandemic as far as weight goes. I've had a steady loss. I've had some gains. For the month of June, because this is my last weigh-in for June, I have gained a pound. I gained 1 pound from the last weigh-in in May to the weigh-in in June. But with everything that was going on, it could have been way more. So I'll take the 1 pound. I had a lot going on in June, so we'll just see. But they give us 3 steps to follow. Number 1, write down what worked for you for the recent weeks that you want to continue doing. Think about what made you feel good, find your balances, or helps your weight loss and wellness journey. Even the small things will count. Choose one item from your list that you want to take with you into summer and imagine all the benefits. Okay, the one thing I want to take in from my list is not to eat out. Now that I've ventured out into takeout land, I have to venture back into staying in land because I could go crazy with the takeout. I saved a lot of money. Although the grocery prices did go up, I think that I did better as far as spending less money, even though like everybody's complaining how much groceries did go up. I think that the people that are complaining about how much groceries went out are the people that never really ate out anyhow, and so they're more aware of how much the prices have gone up. If you know, like you can have a burger at home, you can buy like a whole pound of burger. Well, in Michigan it's expensive, but a whole pound of burger is like $8, which is ridiculous. And but if you went to a restaurant, you're going to pay $8 for one burger. I mean, granted, you'll get a couple fries with it, but it's not even a whole potato, the amount of fries that they give you. And that 1 pound of burger, you can make so much more with it. So I've learned that I need to still follow my plan, eating healthy and not doing my takeout. Number 2 is now make a list of something you knew you'd like to do this summer to build up those positive vibes or help you on your journey. Try asking yourself what you'd like to accomplish by the end of summer. Identify one thing that can realistically make this different this spring and picture the payoff. What would I want to do different? See, I don't read these beforehand. Well, for me, doing different is not eating out as much. And I know I keep bringing that up, but I'd like to, by my birthday, be in Wonderland. But I don't like to set goals. But I would definitely like to be in Wonderland. And the one way to do that, which is 12 pounds away, is just to eat healthy, get out and move more. I walk every morning. I walk 2.5 miles every morning, and I enjoy it. But maybe I can start adding a mile at night, walking a mile after dinner. The third thing is focus on the 2 things that you singled out. What will you need to happen for you to build them into your routine? Consider how you use your relationships, personal strengths, or even your home space. Pinpoint which next step you can take this week to set the right tone for the season. Well, the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to carry out on Thursday. So I just told you I was going to limit my carryouts. But I think that'll be my only carryout for July. How's that sound? And it's early in the month, so it's the 2nd of July I'm having my carryout. So my goal is just to have one carryout in July and to walk at least 3 days after dinner for at least a mile. Those are my 2 little goals that I'm going to set for the summer. And we'll see how I did. The recipe is for nacho-coated turkey nuggets with creamy salsa dip. Actually looks pretty good. I've never had a turkey nugget, but I bet you could do it, obviously you could do it with a chicken nugget. If I ever try it, I'll let you know. So, 212 stayed the same. Happy with that, really, the way I had my birthday celebration. And looking forward to having a loss next week. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like button, and share it if you think somebody might like to see it. So I will see you either on my daily vlog or I'll see you next week. Okay, here's the weekly. I don't know if this helps. Let me know if this helps at all. If not, I won't do this every week. I just kind of think it's kind of bouncy. And here's the recipe.